Yes, welcome back to Daybreak. As we all know, the school holidays are coming up, and if you're traveling in big or small or medium-sized group, we'll show you some of the ways you can save up and still have a great trip.
Yes, it can be chaotic sometimes to travel in a big pack, but don't worry, it doesn't have to. To give us more tips is travel writer Ika Wulandari. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me here.
So holidays coming?
Yes.
How to plan a trip that doesn't rip our pocket.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you need to do a lot of research.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Right.
Yeah. So usually when you are traveling, you divide the budget on the transportation cost and also the accommodation cost and meals. That's the main budget that you need to prepare. For the transportation costs, let's say airplane tickets, there are several tips that you can do to save the budget.
Such as?
Such as, first, follow all the mailing lists from the airline. Yes, it's important because sometimes they give you a
offer or
promo. Yes, and then the second, try to fly not from Indonesia, but from our neighborhood country.
Why is that?
I just knew.
Yeah, why is that? I mean, we all want to know, you know.
Because it will cut
the
cost like half from the actual cost from Jakarta, let's say.
Yes. Can you give us examples?
Yeah,
For example, if you fly from our neighborhood country, let's say Kuala Lumpur or Singapore to Europe, it will cost like 4 or 5 million return ticket.
Really?
Yes, so it's like half.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, from Indonesia you will start like 10 millions.
Wow.
Yes, and you can use the half of your budget for your accommodations and meals.
And the thing is, for example, it isn't cost like 4 million to travel to Singapore or to Kuala Lumpur, right?
Yes,
so it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you can get the ticket to Kuala Lumpur or Singapore with 500,000.
So you cut costs.
Yes.
Okay.
So how long we have to prepare for our trip before the date?
Ideally, it's between 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months.
Yes, because by that time they already got the price.
Promo schedules.
Yes, the promo schedules. If you buy it like 1 year ahead, sometimes the price is not available.
Or it depends on if they have, for example, a festival of air shows and like that. Look, they have a cheap offers and everything like that.
Yeah.
But more efficient when it comes to 4 to 6 months.
Yes, and that's also a good point that you can come to any travel fair. Yes, that's happening these days. Yes, and usually they also offer cheap tickets.
And for the accommodation, how we can like get affordable
accommodations. There are several things that you can try. If you like to mingle with the locals, you can try with the couch surfing.
Okay, that's so me right there. I like to mingle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's free.
Okay.
You don't need to pay anything in couch surfing, but you need to be mingle with the locals. So sometimes you need to provide or cook Indonesian food for them.
So
is it safe?
Yeah.
So far, yes.
It depends on what countries you go to, right? I mean, if you go to a war country, I mean, I don't think it's safe, you know. What's your own experience? Have you been to those kind of places?
Yes, I've done couch surfing a lot. In the website itself, there are like some good positive comments for the owner. So you just choose owner with positive comments.
Feedback,
yes. So that's one tip. And then the second one, usually this is for family with small children. You can try Airbnb.
Oh,
Airbnb.
that's neat.
Yes.
That's more to her right there. I like to mingle. She loves with the family.
Yes. Because usually for people with small children, you need like the whole room that provide kitchen and also full access in the room itself, everything provided. Yes, because if you stay in the hostel, some hostel will reject people with family kids, yes. And in the hotel itself, sometimes the room is packed. It's not
and they
big
charge
enough.
you for like extra bed.
Extra bed, yes. For the Airbnb, they rent some apartment.
Okay.
Yes. So you have the whole apartment for you with the kitchen. So if you have babies, you want to make a meal, it's very easy.
With the whole experience that you've been traveling, your whole life or a period of time, for example, which country did you went through that is kind of a bit tricky, with the budget, or okay, this one has cost more, or the transportation has to, which country that you had trouble with the budgets?
Trouble with the budget so far.
Some city that we know that the living cost is high, and then how you can save in that country.
In Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
Okay.
Because first to go there, it's expensive from Indonesia.
Okay.
So
what did you go to first?
So if you want to cut the transportation cost, first you fly to Europe, and then from Europe to Brazil.
Okay.
And it will cut like half the cost for the transportation.
How long you will be like flying?
Yeah.
It takes 2 days.
because you said, for example, to go to Europe, you have to cut costs. You have to go to Singapore first, right?
Yes.
And after Singapore, you gotta go to Europe. Okay.
Yes.
Especially Olympics coming. Maybe you want to go to Brazil,
That's what I was talking about,
But it's worth the
is
money.
It worth it? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what about also meeting with the locals over there? Is it safe? I mean, where we stay, or how do we know also if the hostel or the hotel's area are safe? Because all we know is just based on Googling or browsing.
Googling and browsing, that's also the first things that you need to do.
Right.
Research the place very good. And then sometimes you can ask recommendation from friends that live there.
Live in that country.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So that's another point. And then the third one, trust your guts and instinct.
Yeah.
That's the one of the thing that you need to do also as a traveler.
And you will have that sharpened when you travel a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to return back to the point of meals. Like, how can you save from meals? Like, sometimes when you visit a city, you just want to eat where the local eat, or taste the most popular dish in that city. How you save from meals?
How I save. So this is the things that I do. Usually in every city that I visit, I always allocate a budget to try the local meal. Because sometimes the local meal
because expensive,
quite expensive, yes. But it's worth the money. Yes, so every city I need to try the local meal. That's the first. And then the second, to save the budget, you need to have like a really good breakfast in the morning. Sure. Usually the hostel or the hotel provide a good breakfast. And then if you cannot eat anything than rice, you can cook rice in the hostel, or you can buy a cup of rice and you can put in microwave, so you can bring it with you. And then just buy anything near the area and then sit there and enjoy your lunch.
Or you can buy a junk food, for example.
Those kinds of junk food. And in those junk food places, sometimes they have offer, like let's say in burger for €1. So it definitely cut the budget. And if you are very Indonesians and you cannot handle other food than Indonesian food, you can bring some food from Indonesia. For example, rendang.
You want
that lasts a long time, basically,
Yes.
You can't eat a long time, right?
Or abon. You can bring it with you and you can enjoy it while you are...
so those kind of things...
Noodles?
Definitely, yes.
I'm talking about instant noodles over here. Everybody's, love that kind of stuff.
You always set a budget for the popular local cuisine that you want to taste. What are your advice on when to save and when to splurge?
When to save?
When you go
usually
on a holiday.
I save a lot on the accommodation itself because basically I only need a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, you only spend like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours to sleep.
Okay.
So I cut the budget on the accommodation. But I also need to consider that the accommodation need to locate it in the city center, so you don't need additional cost to go here and there.
I do agree with that. For example, when it comes to traveling, if you're going to stay in a hostel, for example, locate where it's a central area.
Yes.
So you don't have extra cost in, you know, to go places or see sighting and everything, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can walk everywhere and it's easy.
And you have to love walking, right, when you travel,
yes.
right? Because there are so many people that, I'm tired and I don't feel like walking, but you have to enjoy being, you know, walking, right?
Yes, you need to walk a lot more than you usually walk in Indonesia, yeah.
So basically you have to exercise before you go traveling, right?
Some of my friends do that.
See, I told you. It works. It works.
Yes.
Because, I mean, for example, if you walk and you get tired easily, you don't get nowhere.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
But by walking, you can see the whole area, like, really good. You can enjoy, yeah.
And save budget too.
And save budget.
It saves budget.
And then also, if you want to get some insight about the place, you can join a free walking tour that available in most cities.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is a but for Indonesian. Yes.
Oh,
because they walk fast. So sometimes you need to walk fast as well to be able to catch up with them. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is something that sometimes Indonesians follow for a half of the tour and then
they go somewhere else.
eat.
And the thing is, for example, they, you know, typical Indonesians are to say all they do is take pictures to exist, and then they don't care about the history, and then after that they go for shopping. I mean, does that happen to you when you go traveling in groups?
Yes, it happens a lot. Some of my friends, they're like bags fans. So what they do, if let's say you go to Europe, you go to factory outlet for a good deal of branded items. Yes. And
so that's when it's okay to splurge.
Yes.
And then what are the things like you splurge on?
Clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So one of the tip, if you want to shop a lot, don't bring a lot of clothes from
because you're going to bring back a lot of them.
Yes. So there are many shops have like cheaper price from comparing to Indonesia. So they shop a lot.
When it comes to Indonesian also, what time of year or month, you know, it's a good time to travel? And with the cheap cost, for example,
the cheap cost.
Is there any certain months?
Yes, but there are certain months, but it also depends on the country itself.
Right.
For example, if you want to go to countries with 4 seasons, you can go from February until May.
Okay, right, because after that will be summer season.
Summer season, definitely expensive.
Yeah.
And then you can go again on October until November because December is holiday season. So it's definitely expensive as well. But for Japan, for example, don't go there on the end of April until mid of May.
Okay.
Cherry blossom.
No, because they have what they call a golden week.
Okay.
So it's a big holiday for Japanese.
Okay.
And then all the places will crowded with people, so it will be hard for you to
find accommodation.
So and also go here and there.
Advising for us to travel in group to cut budget?
Depends on the place.
Okay.
Yes.
When to travel in group, when not to?
So it's like this. If the transportation access is good, you can travel alone.
You can share.
Yes.
New York.
It is good. Yeah, let's say Europe, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, you can travel alone. But if you want to explore some places that outskirt the city and then also off-beaten track, sometimes you need to travel in group to cut the transportation cost.
Right, because the more people join, the less.
The less, yeah.
Okay. Any last tips for viewers out there, how to travel in, you know, short budgets, or you can cut your budgets? Any last tips?
Yes, so prepare the travel like for 6 months before.
Okay.
And then do a lot of research before going. Yes. And the last one is travel. Don't just keep it in your mind or your business.
You just have to travel.
Yes, do something. Because once you travel, you will learn a lot.
You will learn a lot, and it broadens your mind also.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you very much. Hopefully I can travel like you do in your experience.
Yes, let's travel together.
We'll do. Fingers crossed.
And coming up, Thailand is facing an invasion of cute pandas.
And we have the full story after the break. Thank you once again.
Aku deg-degan, mudah-mudahan menjawab dengan baik.
在上色过程中。